Yo, just wanted to drop by real quick for those of you who watched the game. Uh, Not really sure what to say other than my Suns blew it, man. I think when it comes down to it, I can't really spend too much time talking about this game, Game Six. Suns put themselves in a difficult position, elimination game away. It may have been a little bit different if they stuck to the old format where it was 2-3-2. So first two games at home and then three away and then the last two at home. But this 2-2-1-1-1 format, I think it makes it much tougher. But nonetheless, I just feel like the Suns just pretty much gave it away more than anything else. I feel like they had plenty of opportunities and they gave it away in critical moments in games 4 and 5 in particular, in a position to win and making critical mistakes in the last few seconds of a game in the finals. It's something you can't do. It's something that you wouldn't expect from CP3. You would kind of expect it from the rest of the squad because, the first time in the finals, young squad. But CP3, man, in a way, he let us down. And it's crazy because for the longest time, he was, the talk of the league. Especially in the playoffs leading up to the finals, he was one of the best players during the playoffs. But for whatever reason, he just couldn't really find a groove in the finals, man. Had a few games that were decent here and there. But for the most part, he didn't look like what he did against Denver. He didn't look when he came back from COVID initially to finish off the series with the Clippers. And I think that's critical. Now, Suns fans are probably not going to admit it. Chris Paul himself is probably not going to admit it. But I think that's one of the main reasons why the Suns lost the series. Just not enough production from CP3, the one guy who basically carried you to the finals. So it's just is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say about it, man. Ayton played like dog shit tonight. Couldn't get anything going. I think he was like, at one point, he was like 1 for 7 or 1 for 8 or something like that. It's just not going to get it done. Your big man down low is 1 for 8. It's just not, you're not going to win, man. And even with Ayton playing like shit, the Suns had an opportunity, man. Crowder missed a 3 late. Booker missed a 3 late. Good looks. So yeah, man. Congrats to the Bucks. I don't want to discredit the Bucks. They had a great season. Giannis played like a monster, even though, in my opinion, he should have just set up a tent at the free throw line, man, because he was fucking camping there all damn day. Every time he goes up, I feel like he gets fouled every time. Doesn't matter how you defend him, he just gets fouled all the time, man. And it's weird. It's almost like the league knows he's not a good free throw shooter, so they take the chance of calling fouls. I don't know, man, but I just feel like every time he goes up, he's getting called for a foul, or he's being fouled, rather. And it's a bit frustrating. It's like, how do you defend the man? You can't defend him. And it's just a little bit awkward that he had he only had like 2 or 3 fouls the whole game, and Ayton was sitting on 5 fouls. The whole series was like that. I don't think Giannis ever went over 4 fouls the entire series. So how does that happen? How does a man never go over 4 fouls the entire season, and Ayton was in foul trouble all the time? Now you can say, oh well, it's because Ayton's young and he doesn't know how to defend properly. But nah, man, come on. How does a man never go over 3 or 4 fouls the entire series? And Ayton's constantly in foul trouble, 4 or 5 fouls pretty much the entire season. Booker was in foul trouble at one point. I think it was like game 4 or 5. Crowder's been in foul trouble. CP3's been in foul trouble. And when you just look at it, it just doesn't really add up for me personally. And a lot of those fouls were committed against Giannis. So one of the factors is if Giannis is able to hit his free throws, which he did, I give him credit for it. I give him credit. But if Giannis is able to hit his free throws, considering the amount of times that he's fouled and goes to the free throw line, he gives his team a very good chance to win. So I just don't know what else to say about that. But for me, obviously, as a Suns fan, I'm going to look at it a little bit in a biased point of view, obviously, because I do have a horse in this race. And I'm not just a Phoenix fan because I'm just going for Phoenix because I'm rooting for CP3 or I just like them better than the Bucks. Nah, man, I'm from the Valley, born and raised, man. So this shit hits hard. I've waited since 93, since this moment, since I was a kid. But at the same time, I guess there's a little bit of clarity there because the Suns did have a very magical season. Nobody thought they would have been the second seed in the West. Nobody thought they would get past the Lakers. Nobody thought they would get past the Nuggets with Jokic being the MVP. Most people probably projected them at like maybe 6th, 7th, 8th seed. And in a way, 11 years not making the playoffs, and then you make the NBA Finals, can't really be too upset about it. You know what I mean? It's not like you've made the finals 3 years in a row and you can't win it. So if they keep their core together, they keep the team together, I don't know what's going to happen with CP3, man. It's a tough call. I know he's going to probably go for like a max 3-year deal or some shit like that. I just don't know, man. The way he finished the finals, the way he did, the way he played in the finals, do you judge a man off the finals or do you judge him off the whole season? Because he did have a fantastic season. But more or less, if they keep the core together, the Suns will be back in the playoffs next year for sure. I mean, it wasn't like they got blown out of the finals. It went 6 games. Games 4, 5, 6 were very close the entire time, very close, tooth and nail. And then Giannis was just that little bit of difference that sealed it for him. So I feel bad for CP3 too, man, but at the same time, he had a chance. You know what I mean? He had a chance. The Suns were healthy. Other than Saric going down in game 1, I mean, they were healthy. And Booker had a couple 40-point games. So it's not like, I feel bad for him in the sense that he got there and then his whole team was injured or he himself was injured. They had a chance, man. And so as much as I feel bad for him, you can't get much of a better chance than what he had. I mean, I think this team it was better than maybe not better than his Rockets team, but he was in a better position, than when he was with the Rockets because he was healthy. When he played with the Rockets, he had a hamstring injury. And that pretty much cost them the series against Golden State a few years ago. So this was his year to do it. And he couldn't pull it off. So a little bit distraught, a little bit disappointed. I stopped by and gave 78 a little bit of peace of my mind. He's a big Bucks fan. They're out there celebrating in Milwaukee. It is what it is, man. I'll let 78 take this one. I'll let him take it. But your boy will be back. Divine will be back, man. I got some boxing shit to talk about. I'm probably gonna cut this video short. Just wanted to come and give some quick thoughts for those who do watch basketball and were curious of my thoughts. Other than that, I've got some stuff to talk about when it comes to boxing, man. So I'm probably gonna cut this one and I'll jump back on. I don't know if you guys know, but there's some interesting tension between a couple of the boxing channels out here, in particular Blue Blood Sports TV and Counterpunch Boxing. I think that they need to do a video, go head to head, man, because it's getting pretty intense. They're going after each other, man. But they were talking about a pretty interesting topic. I guess there's been more information that has leaked out about possible spiked water that Wilder had in the second fight. So that's the next thing, and also want to talk about Canelo and Plant. I guess that's pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered. So I want to talk about that. So yeah, yeah, what's up, Hoplo, man? I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. I think it's good that I because I'm overseas, right? I have to watch this game in the morning, so it keeps me from drinking too much. I think if I was back home late at night and enduring this loss, I'd probably get out a bottle of Patron or some shit. So I can avoid that, given that it's daytime and I got shit to do. But I'm all right, man. I'm all right. It's a little bit frustrating to see them go as far as they did, a magical season, and then I don't think that they were outplayed. I don't think they were out of the Bucks league. You know what I mean? I just feel like they let 2 games go in crucial moments, the last seconds of games, and making critical mistakes. Because if Booker doesn't lose the ball in game 5 and Chris Paul doesn't lose his handles in game 4, this series would have been over already. This series would have been done 4-1. But because of those mistakes, they go back to Milwaukee for game 6, and not a good position to be in when you're in an elimination game. So that's what it boils down to for me. So yeah, man, I like me some Patron, bro, every once in a while. Get some tequila in me, man. Get some chilled tequila. That's my go-to. But not in broad daylight. Because like I said, man, I got shit to do. I got to hit the gym later, so I ain't trying to fuck around. So in a way, the gods play it in my favor, having to watch the game early in the morning. So anyways, man, if you guys are out and about still chilling on YouTube, man, I'll be back on in probably another 10-15. I got some stuff to talk about, so hopefully I see you guys back in the live chat here in a few minutes. So thanks for stopping by and listening to my sad monologue. But yeah, man, stand by, guys. I'm gonna be jumping back on here in a minute. Peace.